Hello everyone, welcome to the Northern Tarot. My name is Andy. Today I will do the reading for the 14th and the 15th of June 2023. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, so as you see, the sun is very bright and sunny today here where I am. So that's why I have to move here so we can avoid the direct light, and hopefully this will be a better quality for the video. Okay, so now let's talk about the energy of the next 2 days. So we have the stir up feelings, and this stir up feeling recently triggered by the moon when the moon transits through Chiron. Now Chiron it's actually about healing if we can understand it. However, to allow you to heal, we will have to open the wound and have a look into it, or else the wound will get infections underneath the cover. So if we kind of cover things up or using different excuses to avoid the main issues that we set as a challenge for us to come in this life, then this is not the time to ignore and avoid it. That's the only way and the fastest way to free yourself and to heal everything. Now the good news is the next 2 days the moon will join Jupiter on the 14th and then Uranus on the 15th. So all the wounds, all the clarities about yourself, it's mainly about yourself, how you feel, how you have, how I say, evolved emotionally speaking, like the maturity of your emotion. This is how you're gonna see it when Jupiter will allow you to heal and expand the new emotional kind of like achievement. So you actually went through all these things to achieve the next level of how you want to manifest. This indicates that your love life gonna go through a major breakthrough. So it's a good news. So I hope that everyone stay positive and keep working on any things, even the small things about yourself, anything that you feel like you're not happy with. Because as long as you're still happy with something, don't worry about that, because your soul is always has its reasons. So don't be hard on yourself. That's my advice. Because obviously that the moon, when it conjunct with Uranus on the 15th, it's also about a big transformation. And this big transformation will trigger the new urge about where you want to look into, or where you to extend the search, the radar. It's like the heart calling period. This is the time that you start to feeling like to allow yourself to extend the emotions to the network, to find that soulmate, or to attract that soulmate. It will allow you to kind of like figure out how to ease off all the wounds and the hurts that you carried deep within your soul. So it's a big blessings heading your way right now. So if we can see that, we will keep, how I say, focusing on the visions of the path that that is meant for you, and stop beating yourself up because you felt like the people made you compelled to share things, or to kind of like to pity them with some emotion or something like that. But again, this stir up is mainly about to allow you to detect that patterns, the patterns that you kept repeating over and over again through lives, because it's still happening this life. So it indicates that this is one of the big main contract that you need to overcome. And I'm sure that when you have the knowledge about this, to really understand the natures of what's going on, you will allow yourself to move forward with the positivities to attract the new higher frequency of love. This is mainly about love, actually. But the thing is, when you start to learn about creating new, healthier patterns to allow you to stay on a higher vibration, even if it's not mainly about love, you will attract all the next best things in your life. So keep that in mind, so you will know exactly how to move forward. Now let's go to the cards and we will see what spirits have for us. Okay, so as usual, let's go to the oracle cards first. I will go for the usual one that I like, the Starquote Astro. Let's see what we have for the 14th and the 15th of June 2023. If you would like to find out more information about the course, aligning with your higher self, or the donate functions, please go to the description box. I will put all the information in there. Okay, so the first card we have the 4th house, home, number 42. Settling in, how I say, this is like the time you start to find that connections about settling in somewhere or grounding within the space, the territories of where you are. This is the sense of the energies of the universe trying to prepare you for the next step of the physical form. I don't know why, but I feel like there will be the pumping in of energies, the much higher power to allow you to awaken the psychic abilities, or like the Kundalini power energy. It's a feminine energy, but it's very psychic abilities about it. So something about the waking up of the blueprints of the souls, or the hidden code, more exactly the hidden code of the soul, to draw you to the right path. So there's something, because this is the collective that we choose. So you and I and the majority of the people in our channels, we actually choose to work with each other as the collective. Somewhere, it's in the contract somewhere. So it's time to really to strengthen that strength, that inner strength, the trust about the process, about the guidance of spirits, angels. Your guide team is very important too. And connect more. I would advise people to talk more with their spirit guide every day. If you can do that every day, all I want you to do is to ask one question: what is my soul, or what does my soul want to tell me today? Only one question. But if you do that every day, you will start to allow things to flow for you, even if you don't get the answer yet. Okay, so the 4th house, the home situations, but something about this. It's just to it's the enhancement of your home situation. So you're getting more. If you just moved house, for example, then you feel more settled. You start to explore the locations. it's the sense of people start to locate themselves in the new map before the abundance can spread out. So it actually has the deep meaning about this. If you're not moved, then you'll be fine. But you work on this issue that you might not deal with before, or for some reason you just couldn't be bothered doing it, for example. But now you will start to look on the issue to see if you really need to interfere or get something to clear out. Something like about the it's very Cancerian energy actually. So that is the first card. Now we go to the second card with the Starseed Oracles. Starseed Oracles, we have the Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestors, seed the light by staying grounded. So, as I say, something about the root chakra going on here, because I link it with the information we got yesterday in the Oracle message number 51. If you're new to the channel, you can go back and watch that reading Oracle messages number 51. Because there is something about you staying in the environment. Doesn't matter it's the old one or the new one. And you will start to enjoy. It's kind of like you learn to enjoy yourself, your own company more. It's a sense of recognizing, accepting, and appreciating more of your presence, your root. And the star councils advise people to prepare for the physical forms. So you might want to do some exercise, the breathing skills, meditating, anything that you benefit for your physical form, your fitness, and also to ground yourself, to connect more to the natures and the soil, because there's a new surge, the wave of ascension coming toward people. So I predict there will be the surge of the ascension wave coming in. Now that will trigger some of the hidden codes, or have you awakened the Kundalini like the card yesterday, or a random chakra, or a wide awakening about who you truly are, the sense of the meaning of the existence and the new purposes. Something about revelations, about new energy is coming in. So to allow it to happen, you are strongly advised to prepare your fitness. Okay, so now one card for love and relationship. Let's see. I just mentioned that I feel love coming in, right? So let's see what we have for love and relationship. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Well, so it's quite a direct message, isn't it, from Spirit? If you in the relationship and it's kind of like needs the spicy up of things, then it's time to be creative and allow the new energies to guide you. And to this type of relationship is mainly for younger people who still in that process of helping each other to learn things. So make sure that you deal with any issue in your life, even non-relationship things, but with a higher perspective, with the depth, don't quickly respond or react to any situation. So that is love relationship. Now let's go to the tarot. Tarot for the 14 and the 15. Wow, you have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So let's just keep the Queen of Cups in reverse like that. So the challenge we have, the Ace of Wands. Your message from your higher self, the strength, mentality, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Your environment, you have the Five of Wands, and the outcome, you have the Nine of Wands. So okay guys, the first thing I have to say this, right? I feel there's the inner conflict among the individual of the whole collective energy. So there's something about people feeling suppressed, and that's a lot to do with the old karmic or even the current situation. So there's something about love related issue, but it's been added up with other things. So you might feel isolated. So the fourth house here, the home situations, I actually feel like you in that empty stage. So you're feeling empty. Imagine you live in a house, but then you feel like there's a lot of things missing around you because you forget to acknowledge of your presence, to love yourself. Because when you're not doing it for yourself, you will blank out everything around you. So you don't acknowledge and appreciate other things accordingly. So there is something about self-recognition and acceptance. I hear is a pattern of the contracts of the collective. So that's why you are here and learning about these things. And it's the ongoing patterns that people still find it difficult to solve, because there are too many intertwined kind of like karma impacts that confuse you, that you couldn't see clearly for yourself what is what. The reason why I say that, because the Queen of Cups is in reverse, and then the challenge is the Ace of Wands. So the Queen of Cups confused about herself. She feels like running out of hope. Meanwhile, the Ace of Wands is the urge. It creates the impatience. It creates the frustrations because it's being blocked. If you see what I mean. The good things about here is we have the Ace of Pentacles, so which is the new beginning, new start. That is, but again, you know, even the moon just passed Chiron for only one day and one night. It already caused a chaos in the people's mentality. So I would actually suggest people to really think, you know, give some time to themselves and think about this. Why we always tend to get panicked and worried about something, even it's just for a day. Is it worth it? If we're putting in the whole things, the whole context, not speaking of, you know, like the whole, all the lives that we lived, it just did not make sense in it. But for some reason, people like to do things that not making sense. Interestingly. So just give it a thought, because it kind of like just pops up in my mind there that this is quite interesting because it's ongoing thing. So how we can share with it, with each other about this and point out for each other. Because obviously that, we shared a lot of things. But it's kind of like the way I read cards, it based a lot on how I feel with the collective. Even if they watching later, or the catch up not today or tomorrow, even next week, but I kind of like it's just the most dominant things that you can intuitively know. So this is what I see. I was thinking, so this pattern is going on. So when you gonna stop it? Now this mainly about how you train your mentality. There actually nothing to do with love. There's nothing to do with hope. There's nothing to do with begin something. It's literally there's no relevance. It's mainly about how you train yourself when you see this type of energy, because we analyze the energies, the previous readings. So we know that the moon will pass Chiron and then join Jupiter and then Uranus, which is we're heading now. So now let's clarify this. Now we have the Queen of Cups. It's clarified by the Two of Pentacles. So this is exactly what you talk about, because someone trying to kind of like trigger you to come talk to you, or they will kind of like they measure your signaling, your responding to their trick. And obviously that they are very good at manipulating people. Now some of you might deal with narcissists, because this is the type of the person that might want to do this, because if they're not, they wouldn't want it. Or if you deal with someone Leo, this is exactly what Leo is going to do with you. Now that's why we need to know all this knowledge, so we know how to deal with life and people. The Leo, they don't need to be in relationship, even they just a fling, but they will play the game that they're interested in you until you fall for it, and then you say, oh, you know what, no thanks. So you will get a big kick to your ass, if you see what I mean, because you're trying to be determined a lot. If you don't want to talk to someone, but then you kind of like, oh, but they nice, they okay, and they're not that bad. If you see what I mean, that naive things about you. So there's the pattern is going on that I can see so clearly here. So you have to really think about it. Now if this was the past relationship, the karmic one, is even worse, because both people don't know what they're doing. This is the trigger of the universe. Before you can welcome the new things in. So what the universe want to see is if you really stop the pattern, so they don't have to repeat it. And they cannot stop the patterns for you, because the patterns created by you. And as long as you still reinstate that patterns into the air, the space, the akashic space, it doesn't have choice but to bounce back to you. So you are the one who gonna write the new destiny, and you don't have choice but to be serious working on yourself. Now let's see the challenge. We have the Ace of Wands, and the challenge is the Two of Swords. There you go. So the challenge here is about like your guide, your gut, your intuition telling you no. The ace of one here is like a illusionary bait bait. Sorry, what is the word? Bait. When you're fishing, it's a bait. Yeah. So it's like the illusionary bait that it's either your ego draw up pictures about the new beginning, the fresh restart, or someone trying to be manipulative to you. It doesn't matter. But obviously that something tells you, no, don't go for it. Because it's not what it seems to be. Wow, the energy is heavy, guys. What's going on? Please comment me your situations. I might have a very good input to what you might, never think of to deal with or to sort out your problems. Of course, if you really need it. So now the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Chariot. Wow, very, very soon, it's right around the corner. All you need to do is to overcome the hard feeling that you created for yourself. Because, as I say, there's literally nothing there. There's literally nothing even related to the way you feel. Everything was just a test. So as soon as the moon's conjunct with Jupiter's, everything will come so, how I say, like it's the turnaround things. But this turnaround things is actually not randomly or from outside. You will do it from inside, because that is the time that you get awakened and feeling so grateful to everything. The only ways to feel, to be in that level of feeling, is to working on yourself. Because if other people do it for you, you will not appreciate it that much. Now, your higher self wants you to know there's someone coming toward you, offering you what you're looking for. But they will be a little bit shy, but at least they will sincere about what they're looking for. And they can be a fire sign with the Knight of Wands here. There's a Leo sign here again. But it can be any fire sign. And this person's, they kind of like, the thing is, something about this person's is a bit unusual for your type. They are good looking, yes. They are sincere, yes. But something about this person that you might think, it's not really what I usually like. But don't worry, because as long as it's your soulmate, there will be the sign that the two people recognize each other. So let's go to the Five of Wands. Let's see what we have. Five of Wands is clarified by the Death. There you go. The Death card here is actually the self-realization. So you don't actually want to change any order of this energy that we're experiencing right now. Because without that, reprovoked pains or hurts or bad experiences from Chiron, you will never allow yourself to transform with the Death card here. So the Five of Wands is this is the psychological trap that you finally realize that you created everything for yourself. And that is the moment that you will free yourself and feeling great. And guess what? Judgment, Knight of Wands. So definitely that you're heading toward your alignment with your higher self. I mean, closest to the alignment. So that's why you see a lot of 111, 111, or 444. It indicates that you reaching to your new higher self purposes. You're stepping into the new life. You meant to drop everything that related to the old cycles, especially when it comes to karmic type and any unhealthy patterns, but to allow you to enjoy and create the new life and welcome the new things. You don't have choice but to confront the old way of thinking and being creative of what to keep and what to throw away or remove. Now, if you see the meaning of it, the moment you do it is the moment you realize who you truly are, what you're capable of, what is your values, what are you seeking for. If you deserve something, how much worth of you in this life, because when you come to the realizations, the awakening, you will see that you worth anything, everything, literally, because you are God, if you understand. Because if when you come to that, you will understand what I'm talking about. But I'm telling you, God will never underestimate him. God wants everything because he is everything, actually. So you are, but you need to come to that level of consciousness. That's why this is the process of ascension, to have the mankind in general, starting with the individual and then spread to the collective and then to the world. When you start to reaching, I mean, you don't need to reach it. You only need to understand why it's supposed to be that way, why you are empowered in the process to join that evolution. Then you will understand that there's a lot of things you don't actually have to do. You only need to think, and it comes to you. When it happens, you will say, okay, now we ready to exit the matrix, because now we master this life. Until then, I wish all of you very, very best of luck. Just make sure that you do things that you're happy and don't let anyone to bother you with silly things. For now, I will say goodbye. If you would like to donate or find out information of the course, please go to the description box, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you and bye-bye.